Do you know, as an artist, I'm really good at starting things, but not always good at finishing things. So I've got paintings in all kinds of states of completion. So I'm gonna finish something today. Here's one that I've been working on for quite a while actually. So I'm gonna finish that patch at the top and get this done. And we're away. Well, I'll confess straight away that I find Francis Bacon a kindred spirit. That school of thought that chaos equals creativity. Oh, look at the state of my paint box. What a beauty. I think that actually helps me for my colours not to be pristine. And the paints to actually kind of mingle together a little bit. I almost have to fight against it to get exactly the colour that I want. And I like that because I want them to be slightly muddy. I'm painting, and I'm really interested in painting, natural scenes, perhaps in a slightly unnatural way. But for that very reason, I do want that kind of muddiness to sort of sit within the paints and the colours that I'm using. I don't want them to be so bright and so punchy, as if it was kind of fresh off the shelf and I'm just using a new box of paints. I don't want it to appear like that. I like the fact that I've got a bit of heritage of painting actually in the materials that I'm using. Having said that, I'm not a patch on Francis Bacon really. Take a look at his studio. It's to me it looks like a wonderland, an artistic wonderland. To some, I think it must look like a nightmare. Maybe I'm a creature of habit, but I often go back to this particular paint box. I've got some lovely new paint boxes, Sennelier and, really beautiful sets. But even though I start off thinking, oh, I'll use that today, I always revert back to Old Faithful here. It's a Winsor and Newton Cotman set that I've gone back to for years, and I always do come back to this, and I think it's that fact that I've used it so often and it has built up that patina. It's like a comfortable pair of slippers to me, and I love it. You can still get this set, so have a look out for it if you want to use the same set. These are fairly big pans of paint too, so you've got a lot of paint in the trays to get through, and it will last for absolute years. I'm sure you can already appreciate the way that I work is very slow, very time consuming. I do envy those artists who can get a great big brush and, stroke, splash, splash, and they've got something that just looks wonderful within the space of an hour. Not so with me. I'm always drawn deeply into the detail. Let me show you some of my other work here, just to give you a picture of how much I really enjoy working into the detail of things. As I say, the sort of natural scenes that I paint might be plants, might be undergrowth. I like that kind of chaotic mess of things. So all those twigs, branches, leaves that have got like little holes where you can peek through and see what lies underneath. That really sort of enthuses me. It does mean that I can take days, weeks, maybe even months to produce something. I just dip in and out, you know. I take my time and I just indulge myself in it. This little plant I'm painting is called hedge garlic, or also known as garlic mustard, which does what it says on the tin. It's edible and it tastes both of garlic and mustard. Its Latin name is Aliaria petiolata. I hope I pronounced that right. can see that I'm using two different types of brushes here. This one is the bigger of the two, and it's a Daler-Rowney. It's not very big, look. It's quite flat at the tip though and rounded. The other one is this. It's just a little craft brush, master stroke, and it's got a very tiny, fine tip, you know, just a few strands really.